Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm your host, Elwin Camera Guy, and in this episode I'm going to be doing a review on the MC-11 adapter from Sigma that lets you mount your Canon glass or Sigma Art Series lens to get nearly one-to-one performance on your Sony Alpha camera. Let's jump into it. I think we were all hoping that this lens adapter would give us the one-to-one performance that you would expect out of native glass for Sony. The reality is, it just doesn't deliver on that. This is really just a pseudo adapter that's going to get you closer to some Sony-based performance on their lenses using Sigma Art Series lenses, but it's not going to give you complete performance that you'd expect out of native glass. So I went ahead and shot some track and field today at a high school, and I went ahead and mounted the Sigma 120-300 Art Series lens from Canon onto this adapter, and I tried it both on the Alpha 6300 and the A7R2. Now I was very excited about this because I really wanted this adapter to work, because I thought this would be it. I thought I wouldn't have to buy in the future a native 300 2.8 Sony lens. I could just keep my art lens and use my Canon cameras still in the future. But it's looking like it's the opposite. So here, let me explain the scenario. I had runners running towards me, so I was kind of at the end of the field, so I can get that really nice finish line photo. And what I noticed is, as the subjects were running towards me, the focus would hang. In other words, the focus would lock for maybe a shot or two, and then it was gone. I would lose focus. And then I would have to let go of the shutter and then repress that shutter button down in order to reacquire focus for another one or two shots, and then it was gone again. That was a little frustrating, and it was kind of distracting. And I tried it with the A7R2, very similar settings, and I got the same type of situation. The autofocus would lock, and then it would hang, and then I'd reset, lock again, and it would hang again. I was shooting an autofocus continuous, H+, wide, and then I also tried center. So I tried a variety of different settings to see if I could improve the performance, and it was pretty much the same result. To tell you something, I compared it with the native 70-200 f4 lens from Sony. And what I noticed was that when I had the subjects running towards me with the Alpha 6300, that focus locked on and stayed locked throughout the entire range of the rate towards that run to the finish line. And it locked. It nailed it. It stayed consistent. Compared to the Sigma with the MC-11 adapter, it was nowhere near close. It just wasn't. You can still get photos, but it's not as consistent and accurate as if you were using native glass. And that's kind of the unfortunate reality to this adapter. What I noticed so far is that the subject's going horizontal across from you, you should be okay with the autofocus. Is going to do just fine. So that's something for you to keep in mind. Now let's go and talk about some pros with the actual adapter. The adapter itself works really well with Canon glass. It just does in general. It's not restricted to Sigma Art lenses. You can use it. Now I compare it with the Comlight adapter. I've had this for some time now. And when you compare with the Comlight adapter, the Sigma MC-11 adapter does do very well. It does perform a little bit better. It acquires focus a little faster, and you'll be pleasantly surprised of how well it works. Just don't expect it to work really well for sports, but for everything else, it will do just fine. Now I did try it with the Sigma 8514. You're not going to get all the features of it. It has to be a Sigma Art Series lens if you want all the additional autofocusing features that the Sony native lenses provide. So do keep that in mind. Well folks, I don't know everything. If you have any questions or comments about any of the stuff that I talked about in this episode, go ahead and leave them down below. If you did like this particular video and you found it helpful, please consider giving it a like, as it does motivate me to produce more content for this channel. And if you do like the content that I am producing and you want to see more stuff about the Alpha 6300, consider subscribing. And if you missed any of my previous videos, you can go ahead and find them somewhere here. And with that said, I'm your host, Elwin Camera Guy, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.